Productivity is the amount of focus that you bring to the hours that you have. Productivity may shift in your life. You may be very productive in your family life right now because you're having to care for them and care for your home, but that's taking away the hours that you can spend on your business or your job. Welcome to the Action Taker podcast. Hi, I'm Lauren Cosgrave, and I'm a business coach. In this podcast, you'll find an action-packed look at the strategies, tactics, and mindset that lead to successful online coaching, consulting, and service businesses, even if you're a mighty team of one. Hey there, Action Takers. It's Lauren. This episode of the Action Taker podcast today is a best of an old podcast that I had called The Lauren Show. I hope you like it. I hope you learned some tips on how to be productive right now. And don't forget, normal is boring, success is inevitable, and action taking is replacing the grind. Hey, Action Takers. It's Lauren. I am just leaving the post office and I just went to mail the first shipment of Action Taker planners. They're out in the world to the first few folks that said, yes, you can get yours at actiontakerplanner.com if you haven't already. I wanted to share with you today my tips for planning. I was having a coaching session today with a client and we were planning for the rest of this month. And I think that it's super important that we do this right now. Most of us, at least here in the US, we have a good month ahead of us still, maybe a little shy of that, before any sense of normalcy is going to start to slowly return to our lives. And this client that I was working with, he struggles to do like 90-day plans right now. It's just not something that's like coming naturally to him. And I actually think that right now, almost everyone's struggling with that. I'm struggling with a 90-day plan. So I want to talk about how to plan for the next month. There was a saying in the Navy, we used to say that proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. Say that 6 times fast. And it's true. It's really true. And now here I am. I've created a planner. Like I'm all about productivity and planning and really starting to think about this next month. Let's first take stock of reality. We've all had a chance now to kind of get into a new groove, figure out what our new routines are. For some of us, that might mean we have less time because we have kids at home. I'm in that club. Some of us, we may have more time than we ever have before because we're not commuting and we're not traveling and doing all of those things. So take stock of what's your reality now and how many hours do you really have in your week to be productive. And I also want to preface this by saying that productivity is not a matter of just getting more stuff done, so to speak. Productivity is the amount of focus that you bring to the hours that you have. Productivity may shift in your life. You may be very productive in your family life right now because you're having to care for them and care for your home, but that's taking away the hours that you can spend on your business or your job. That doesn't mean that you're not productive at your job or your business. It just means that those hours have shifted. So we have to maximize each and one of those every hours that we have. So then now that we've taken stock of what is your reality, now think about what do you want this next month to look like? When we get to May 1st, which is, tentative date for things to start slowly reopening here, and you're looking back on the month of April, what would have needed to happen for you to say, yeah, that was pretty good. I was productive. I got a lot of stuff done. If we get wrapped up and tied up into too small of a time period, if we're thinking at the day level, we lose sight of the bigger picture. We lose sight of what we want to accomplish. We get wrapped up in reaction. We get wrapped up in busy work and not doing our important purpose and mission driven work. So zoom out to that 30,000 foot level. What can you do in this next month that you would say, yeah, I felt pretty good about that. Okay, you've taken stock of what your reality is as far as hours, and we are looking ahead to say, like, what would make us feel good to have said, yes, I accomplished that over this next month. Now we need to break that down and make sure that we're covering the 4 critical quadrants of our life. And this is all broken down in the Action Taker Planner. If you don't have one already, we go through the 4 quadrants at an annual, 90-day, monthly, and weekly level. Planning stops at the weekly level as far as task lists. The Action Taker Planner specifically does not break it down to the daily level. Okay, so back to the 4 quadrants. What are those 4 quadrants of your life that you need to think about? What are the things that you want to accomplish? The first one being in your career or your purpose or mission. What are those items that you want to accomplish in this next month that if you looked back on and be like, yeah, that was pretty awesome that I did those. The second quadrant is what do I want to do to live, take care of myself, and have fun? Live, health, and fun. What are the things you need to do to take care of yourself? And you look back over the past month and like, yep, that was great. So that could be working out X number of times a week. That could be doing yoga. That could be doing a new hike. That could be nourishing your body, maybe something with your nutrition. So what are those things? The third quadrant is your finances. What are you going to do to make progress towards your financial and wealth goals and objectives? That may be a tough one right now. So let's be realistic. Let's think about it. Don't forget it. Make sure that it's in there. It could be that you need to apply for one of the loans that's available through the Small Business Administration here in the US. Maybe it means that you want to save, or that you need to stop a couple of things, stop the preschool, put it on suspension for a while, or whatever those things are that you can take advantage of. And the last quadrant, the 4th quadrant that do not forget, is your relationships. Don't forget your relationships. Don't forget who you need to stay in touch with. Don't forget to still do date nights at home. Don't forget to lean into your family right now. Do not let that relationship go by the wayside just because you can't go out on a physical date. You can't go do all of the things that you used to do. Get creative and still make it happen. What would be like a great month? You're like, yeah, I had a great time with my family because we had a dance party, or we watched all of the Star Wars movies, whatever it is that's like kind of something that you've always wanted to do with your family. So now that you have your monthly plan, you can break that down every week. Be like, all right, what few things am I going to do this week to chip away at this? I hope that this is helping you right now, because I know that it can be a struggle now. Like, there's a dip that I see happening right now. There's a dip because we've been in this quarantine state long enough that it's starting to like make people a little weary, right? So let's reinvigorate ourselves by planning for this next month effectively and showing up. Let's show up for the people that need us. Let's put on our big girl and big boy pants, and let's get it done. Let's plan at the monthly level. Again, if you want to get a copy of the Action Taker Planner, I am shipping them. I am still sending them out. I have 75 copies of them sitting in my office right now as we speak to send out to you. Go to actiontakerplanner.com to get your copy. And remember, action takers, that normal is boring, success is inevitable, and action taking is replacing the grind. I'm still saying all of this even with these changed times. And head over to actiontakerplanner.com. You can always reach out to me. I'm always here for you guys.